Hi, and welcome back. I'm Julie. That's Dick. This is our dog, Abby. And we are Tumbleweed's Photo. We've had Boxy the van, our 2022 Travato 59KL, for a little over a year now. And in a recent video, we shared some of our lessons learned, things that we really didn't have any idea of a year ago that we now wish we knew sooner. What we didn't have a chance to share was some of our favorite finds, some of our favorite things that we use in the van to improve our quality of life when we're here. And so we thought it might be fun to share those things. Along those lines, we've linked to some of these items in the description below if you're interested at all, and just be aware that if you do click on any of those links, from what I understand, that'll help us out. We've never done that before, but we'll see what that looks like. So let's get started on it. Because we really don't have a ton of storage, there's a lot of considerations when you're figuring out how to arrange things. What we've learned throughout the year is that we would not be able to do without rope baskets. I picked up a few at Home Goods. We've picked some others up from Amazon and other places. It has been such a key part of not only getting things organized, but making sure that there's a sound buffer. The thickness of those baskets and the fact that they're nice and rigid and add that padding make it so that there's a lot less rattling when we're driving, which is a really big consideration. And they look cute too. We even use them in the cupboard that holds a lot of our electronics. Another one of the items that surprisingly makes a big difference for us on a day-to-day basis is this little collapsible tub. It actually does collapse, and supposedly it's also a cutting board. We've never used it that way. We've only always had it this way, but look how perfectly it fits in this sink. What's great about that is we can collect any of the water that we use here, and if we don't want it to go directly into the tank, we can pour it somewhere else in a drain or out in the wilderness if necessary. So this has been great for controlling the amount of gray water that goes into our gray water tank. And as a result, we hardly ever, knock on wood, we hardly ever run out of gray water tank space. So in the 59KL model, or actually in any Travato 59K model, we've got a slightly smaller and lower refrigerator than, for example, the 59G model of the Travato. The placement and size of the refrigerator really weren't big factors for us when we picked what model we wanted. What was important was that there was a refrigerator, but we figured, you know, whatever works, works. I personally really like that this refrigerator is nice and low because it means that we can have this really nice panoramic view when we're preparing food or whatever we're doing in here. But the downside is actually getting in and finding what's in the back. It's a pretty deep fridge, and without crawling onto the ground and reaching down in there, it was really hard to get at stuff. So because of that, one of our favorite items in this particular rig are these containers, drawers like this. This makes it so that no matter what we have in here, we can access it from deep in the refrigerator. Actually, I ended up ordering them on Amazon, and we'll include that link down below. The next item on the list, and to be honest, it pains us to say, it's the Starlink. And I say it pains us because it's a lot of money every month, and we do kind of wish we didn't need to spend it. But in order for us to play the games we play, to reach out to my mom every day, even when you don't have a phone signal, in order for us to be able to, you know, watch streaming and other media, the Starlink has become a pretty critical component for us. So, well, I wouldn't want to say it's a favorite thing. I would definitely say it's kind of been a must-have for us. And along the lines of connectivity while we're on the road, the next item is the ASUS Go router. Sometimes we don't want to use the battery power required to run the Starlink, and if we happen to have a strong enough phone signal, we can just use a phone with a good data plan. And instead of having to redirect our Wi-Fi settings on all of our devices, the Apple TV, the laptop, the iPad, gaming consoles, anything else, to a hotspot each time we want to use that connection, all we have to do is plug that phone into the same router that we use for the Starlink. This also offers an extra layer of security where we could set up a VPN. Because we had the unfortunate incident of getting mice in the van, this has become one of our favorite things. It's real simple to use. All you have to do is add a little bit of food to it. One time we used dog food, another time we used cheese. Then, after we've already gone through and figured out where the mice have been, we go ahead and set the trap in that place. I did get rid of additional cloth here so that they wouldn't have another place to nest. Close the door and wait. In the middle of the night, both times when they became active, they went into the trap. Dick was able to then take them out into a place far away and release them without doing any harm to them at all. So another one of the things that we really have enjoyed having in the last year is a simple little butane stove like this one. It isn't much, it's only one burner, and the butane, of course, there can be issues when it gets too cold, but it has been so nice to have another way to heat up water without using the power and the inverter. So when we're really trying to save and dry camp for any period of time, we have this little guy. A simple little butane stove like this one, highly recommend, even if you already are enjoying an electric induction stovetop. So while we appreciate this lighting when it comes to workspace or trying to find something on the floor, on a regular basis, it's not our favorite. One, it's really bright, and two, it's taking up a little more power than we need it to. So instead, this is much better. So one of our favorite things is using supplemental lighting instead of just using the overhead lighting in the van. Something like this LED light that can either be a soft white or a changing color LED. And of course, most nights we also leave our fairy lights on, which adds kind of a warm glow. I'm not sure if the camera can pick up the difference as well as we do with our eyeballs, but that's the next favorite thing, supplemental lighting. We have links to both the lights and the fairy lights in the description below. Okay, here's one that's a little less obvious. Check out the bamboo floor here. It's ideal for drainage when you're using the bathroom as a shower, but it's not so comfy on the bottom of bare feet when you're getting up in the middle of the night. So I found a full-size rug and I cut it down to size, and now it fits perfectly in this space. And our tootsies are comfy when we come in to do our business. Right, Dick? And when we do want to use the shower, that same rug can be used as a bath mat outside the bathroom. This one was a bit of a surprise to me. We bought this little wooden tray just for decorative purposes when we were selling our condo, and we decided on a whim to pull it out of storage and bring it into the van. We use it so much more than we ever thought we would. We use it as a serving tray to bring multiple items outside to cook. We use it to corral electronics and glasses and other items when we're not using them. And most importantly, it's ideal as a table on the bed when we're having coffee or other drinks. Because of our layout and the way that we use our beds, we don't have a table over here unless we go to a lot of rigmarole to set it up. So this takes the place of a drink table for us, and we love it. Last but not least, Check out these Koonie rechargeable fans. We like them so much, we have 2. So these fans are definitely a must-have in this van, at least for me. I do get hot in the middle of the night, and for most of the year I have enjoyed having this pointed just at me. Of course, we both have our own individual fans, as you saw in the last shot. But I use mine pretty consistently. What's really cool is that we can connect it to this little knob that you can get for the Ram track on I think any van that's on a Ram chassis, but in this case on the Travato 59K or KL model. So we just clip it up here, point it to where we want it, and enjoy. There it is, and it's hooked up to that ball right there. Not only are these fans one of our favorite things, it's something I personally would not want to do without. It's got multiple speeds, and when it runs out of juice, you can very easily either run it off of the USB or just recharge it. It has feet on it, so it can actually sit on just a plain surface, or we can clip it to other areas like so, for example, when I'm working up here. We can pretty much move it anywhere in the van that we feel needs a little cooling off. Huh. Good girl. Do you like the fan or do you hate it? You like the fan? What do you think? Too much? Well, that about wraps it up. This is a pretty short video, you might have noticed. It's because we really only wanted to include things that we felt like we could really recommend. We do have a lot of gadgets and other helpful items in the van that we kind of feel half and half about. If you're interested in an honest review of more things, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we thank you so much for being here and hope you're enjoying 2025 so far. Oh yeah, and check out some more footage of Quartzsite as we close out this video. Like and subscribe.